Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Crime. I'm Linda, and today we are gonna hang out. It's July 22nd, and so far so good. So welcome. I have my drink in hand. It is so hot in here. I'm not turning on my lights. So far so good. I'm not turning up my lights too bright because it is so hot. I did buy a fan, however, it sounds like a jet's about to take off, so I'm not going to do that. And I did open my window, but there might be people chatting as they're walking by. I'm not too sure. So we're just going to take it as it comes, and whatever it is, it is. So welcome, and thank you for joining me on a Wednesday night. Like I said, it's on the 22nd and 23rd for some people, so you made it. And we are on Mountain Standard Time, or Mountain Daylight. It's Mountain Time here, and so it's the same as Rexburg. So thank you so much for coming. And now, as you can see, we hit 100,000 subscribers on it's a few days ago now, and I think I might even have to change it to 101,000. Now the funny thing is I was thinking that maybe I just put like 144 for tonight. And then that way, if Lori sees it, she can see that it says 144, even though it's not really there. Welcome, everybody. All right. People from Uruguay, Texas, Canada. It's so hot. Oh, and check this out. Mr. Linda, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, bought me a little necklace with a little key on it. Isn't that cute? So I got a new necklace, and it's hot. I had to wear a tank top, so forgive me. It's so hot. Now, tonight, we can chat a little bit about some cases as well. How hot does it get into Canada? Tonight is... in the house, I think it's like 28 degrees in the house. That would be about 80 or 90 your time. Oh, ice pack. I forgot that. Maybe I'll get an ice pack. But I have a cold drink, so we're all good. Good. You guys are having popcorn. You're hanging out. And I got my little Life is Sweet mason jar with some tea in it. So let me tell you a little bit, actually some little interesting facts first before I get into some cases. Because we did hit a milestone, and the milestone is pretty big. And hopefully soon I will be told about my, what do you call it? My Google Play button. So, oh no. Fleur de Bees Design says, I have logged into 3 accounts and won't let me buy a membership. Tried 2 cards, got same error message, giving you a heads up. Okay, just give me an email and then I can see if I can chat with YouTube and then see what's going on. That's weird. And I see the super chats coming in, so I'm so sorry. I'm just starting to get them up here. And so I'm going to zip through them here because I don't want to miss anybody. Terry says, I can't wait. I'm ready. How about you guys? Melido's in here, and she says, how come it's not highlighting? Hang on, I got to scroll back. 144 should be there tonight, but I'm sure Chad and Lori are in the portal. I'm worried about the others, like I said before on today's post. Not sure on today's post, but yeah, I was worried too today. So far seems to be going okay. Just trying to scroll and get it. Okay. There it is. So let me just give you some little info snacks about the channel before I dive in, because some people might want to know. I was just trying to look at some of the info snacks and the analytics. And it says that I had since December, which I started, for those of you who don't know, I started... my first video started December 21st, 2019. So just 7 months ago, just. And since then, I've hit 221,996 comments on my videos. I've done 111 videos since December and 48 live streams. That seems high to me, but I think the 48 is also some of the membership stuff. But that's pretty crazy that I basically did 160 videos almost since December. Clearly, I was home a lot. Oh, Mr. Linda got me an ice pack. Thank you. I don't know if he wants to come on tonight or not. We'll see. Now, here's another thing. Since I started, there was somebody's cackling outside. Since I started, I've had 8,651,270 views. Is that not incredible? It's just crazy. So I thought I would share those little things. And also, if I look back on, one more here. Black Mountain Music and Media says hot in here in BC, but not as hot as where Lori and Chad are going. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cheers to that. I love BC. I want to move out there again. So now I was scrolling again more in my analytics, and my most popular video still to this day, the most popular one is the CW one. I won't say his name in here because I can't say his name in here. I'll get a little bit, anyways, I won't say his name. But that is also the most cringeworthy video. I'll straight up say that. I also created that when I was angry. Now, a lot of lessons were learned from that video. And I think it was maybe my third video, muffler guy. Or lack of muffler guy. Remember I tell you every time I record a video, he drives down the street. Apparently he does at 10 o'clock at night too. Anyways, it was a cringeworthy video. I get it. I was also very angry when I recorded it. So I actually learned quite a bit from that video. I think it was my third one that I ever did on this channel. So I needed a little grace on it. However, I will say that is the only video out of all my 160 videos that brought threats to me and death threats, interestingly. So I even have a pinned post on that video, which, by the way, is not monetized. It's never been monetized and will never be monetized. I stand by what's in the video. I just don't stand by me being mad in the video. And, in retrospect, it could have been done a little bit differently. However, that was that. So I still stand beside it. Lesson learned. And it still gets hate comments and threats. Checking in here. Oh, Rachel Ann says, let's just pull her up. Where did you go? This is a weird thing. Alexandra says, Linda, congratulations on now 101,000 subs. You do amazing work. I can't stop watching and rewatching your videos since they're so detailed. Thank you. We all love and appreciate what you do from Love from Chicago. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us and being part of this. And thank you so much for the super chat. Priscilla says, move to Rexburg. And Fleur de Bee Design says, my husband brought home roses tonight and said, happy end of the world. Haha, thanks for the reply on a membership. I'll send you email and pick of roses. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, that was a little bit of stats on my channel, and it's growing. I covered 22 cases, which was quite neat too. Okay, let me see. For some reason, there's something wonky going on in my responses because I know you guys are chatting with me, and my streaming software is being a little bit funky. It's jumping, but just Profiling Evil's in the house. Hello. Thanks so much for emailing us back yesterday. Hope we can do something together soon. Yes, I would love that. And that's my that's on the list of to-dos, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, absolutely. And if anybody would love to check out that channel, check out Profiling Evil. They're really new, but Mike over there is, man, how many years? 20, 30 years you've been, I guess, retired FBI, I believe it was. Whew. You guys, look at me sweating. So anyways, check him out too. And we are going to have a few guests on here very soon. That's what's going to be new at It's a Crime. We're going to have interviews and more people on. So I'm going to be having that. Plus, I'm going to be doing my regular stuff. Plus, I'd like to bring in a couple different segments, I guess you could say. Oh, Karen says Mr. Lennon needs to say hi. Well, hopefully he can come. He's probably just making his lunch. I don't know. Michael says I should move to Minnesota, similar accent. Okay. How did you guys, what did you guys do today? What did you guys do to celebrate your last day? Now, here's some fun things. Let's see if I can, I think I screenshotted one of them on my phone, and so I can show you that. Rexburg, first off, had a beautiful day today. I think it was 79 degrees this afternoon. And it was also, let's just look, 79 degrees. And the precipitation today was 0% with a humidity of 36%, wind at 11 miles per hour. And so, like I said in my membership, I was talking about that precipitation at 0%, there's no chance for storm. So there was that. Pretty good day from what I was looking at the news for Rexburg. Interestingly, Pizza Pie Cafe in Rexburg, they had a sign, and some of you may have seen this and some of you may have not. And I will show you. It says, "The end is near. Get your pizza today. Be a chosen one." That was clever. Okay, I'm not going to say your name out loud, but thank you. I'm going to keep it classy on here. I can't say the swear words. Maybe the beautiful day in Rexburg is the calm before the storm. Well, so far there was some pretty cool stuff. Now, I heard there was an earthquake in Alaska. Was that correct? I believe it was Alaska. And even parts of Canada were under a tsunami watch, and then they canceled it. So I'm not sure, but today was pretty good. Now, here's the thing. Let me show you one more, and then I'll be a little bit serious for a sec. Nate Eaton of East Idaho News, which we love them. We love him and the crew. He said they had, oh, I laugh at the weirdest things. He said that the crew had donuts in the office and you had to choose. So one of them says, oh, you can't see it. Okay, hang on. Okay, see the two? It says this one says, "I will see you on Thursday." And this one says, "I agree with Chad Daybell and believe tomorrow is the end of the world." So which one are you going to choose? I would get sick at both of them because I'm allergic. But kind of would just want to see you on Thursday. All right. Miss Vegan says, hi, Linda. Kevin Springfield was a criminal. Check Polk County's website so you can see his rap sheet. I will check that out. I did do that video today, if you guys haven't seen it, on the 3 guys that went fishing. And then we're all killed. Okay, Sarah, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Not sure if I should show that or not. And China had an earthquake. Okay. Yes, I'm going to get a portable AC unit. I tried to get a fan. It's just way too loud. I didn't think it would be that loud, but then really it's way too loud. So it's like 7 billion degrees. And then I have a ring light, but I refuse to put it on that high. So I'm a little dark, but look at that. Ah. We're in Idaho time right now, though it's 10:17. Oh, so okay, so I was making some jokes and showing that with the donuts and everything. The thing is, joking aside for a sec, because I still want to have fun tonight. We need to let loose. This case has been crazy. How sad it is that today Lori and Chad had expectations, and really what it means, nothing's happened. And I'm sure Chad will kind of say like, okay, that would, did I mean that? I meant, I meant August, or I meant 2030. They'll change the story. But really what that also means is everything that they've done to this point or was involved with was in vain. It was literally for nothing. And that's sad. I mean, it's already sad, but I sat there and wondered this morning, I wonder if Chad and Lori really would sit and go, I guess it wasn't today, and feel like an idiot. But at the same time, I don't think they would. I think they would just in their head make up something different, saying, oh, it's because of this, and make excuses. Not that, you know what, I screwed up and yeah, I did all these things and I'm an idiot. But I just don't think that it would be like that. And I don't think, I know a lot of you guys are asking if she's going to be in on suicide watch. I just don't think they would do that. I don't think they have it in them to even think about that. Can we request to be a fly in the porta potty when Chad wakes up tomorrow? Oh, I wish this showed my little emojis on here with my streaming thingy. Like a little baby moth or something coming in. I hope it didn't come through the window. 79 is cold in Idaho. I think it was a high of 86 though today. I think when I found it. Melly 33 says, congratulations on your much deserved success. I've been a fan since I found your channel in December. The original of the 22 cases you've covered so far. Can you say which one has affected you the most? Yes. Gannon Stouck. Lori's has affected me in different ways. I'm still torn for everybody. I think it was Gannon. Gannon was the first kind of big one that I was diving into and got to know so much about him and the family and what was going on. And it felt like a race in terms of we got to find him, we got to find him, we got to find him. So I was, diving as much as I can to find him and help in any way I can. I still think about him all the time, and I have one there, and he was the biggest impact. I think so. I learned a lot too from that, but it's really hard not to get emotionally affected when you're diving in and doing hours upon hours. I think I did 30, 40 videos or something like that on Gannon. And so for each video, you're looking at, anywhere from 10 to 24, 30 hours or more, depending on how deep I dive. So it was just a lot. And then to find out that what she did and where he was found and all that just breaks my heart. So that to answer that question, thank you so much for the question too. That's the one that is just breaks me, and this one too with Lori. All of them really, but I was probably in tears every single day with Gannon, and still get teary-eyed. I saw something a couple weeks ago, which I mentioned. I saw Landon do a post on her Facebook, and it was, when memories pop up, and it was from 1 year ago in June, and it was a memory of Gannon and his sisters, and he had some others in the picture too, and she just brought that up, saying a year ago this week or whatever it was, and it's hard to handle. Can't imagine. Yeah. I was hoping they would have slapped them with murder charges today. How's that end for you, Lori and Dumbbell? Yeah, I was kind of hoping that too. That didn't happen. Perhaps tomorrow. I did read. Hang on, and I'll give you guys that update. There is something flying. Let me read it for you guys. Yeah. So it's about Rob Wood. Special Prosecutor Rob Wood asks the court to not allow video coverage of Lori Vallow's preliminary hearing in Fremont County for conspiracy charges. Wood says broadcasting live stream makes it more difficult to pick an unbiased jury. What do you guys think? Lack of muffler guy's back. What kind of comments did you get from your Secret Society video? Interestingly, it was very positive. I've had 3,000 comments, over 3,000 comments, and most of them, actually almost all of them, were very, very positive. Sometimes when I push the envelope a little bit and show some things get heated, people get mad. Actually, the most common thing that I've read was, Linda, you need to send this to authorities, or hopefully that they're watching, because this is important. You're onto something. A lot of people said, you're onto something, something, you hit nail on the head, like lots of those kinds of comments. Oh, look at the blue hearts. I just want to know if Chad and Lori are actually that delusional or if one or both are just master manipulators. I think both of them are very manipulative. I think once they met each other, it's just like they feed off of each other, in my opinion. What did you guys think about the Secret Society video? Mary says, I love that you have a photo of Tylee and JJ on the shelf behind you. It warms my heart every time I see it. Congrats to you on the 100K. We love you here in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much. Yeah, you should look at how many soldiers have been found dead now from Fort Hood since Vanessa, another one announced today. I read that. And I did a little search before I got on here because I heard about this tonight. I did a search about where this guy's body was found. So weird. His last name was Morta, and in Italian, that means dead. So it's just like, oh, that's kind of scary. But I believe he's Spanish, I think. He was found, like, here's Fort Hood, and then over east, so I'm trying to do it for you guys, a mirror image, over east is Belton, and just before Belton is where he was found. And if you know, Vanessa was found just past Belton, and so it's just like a 20-minute drive away. See if I still have it pulled up. Yes. U.S. Army officials on Tuesday said the body of a Fort Hood soldier was found near the Texas Army base, marking the third time in a month that a Fort Hood soldier's body has been discovered. Private Mejor, I think that's how you say it, please, I don't know, Morta, 26, was found unresponsive July 17th in the vicinity of Stillhouse Hollow Lake, according to Fort Hood officials. Stillhouse Hollow Lake is a reservoir located in Bell County and managed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Fort Worth District. The Black Knight family is truly heartbroken by the tragic loss of Private Morta, said Lieutenant Colonel Neil Armstrong, commander of the 1st Brigade, 5th Cavalry Regiment. I would like to send my heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. And then it says he's of Pensacola, Florida. He entered the Army in September 2019. Side note, these ones that are going missing, these humans that are going missing, all seem to be starting at the September 2019, 2018, 2019 mark. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, this is getting really loud, and I just hang on, you guys, because this is getting annoying. Somebody's either drinking or I don't know, but they're screaming and it's super annoying. So one sec. All right. They took my, okay, now the ice pack comes in. They took my fresh air away. It's getting annoying though. It's getting louder and louder and louder. Oh, okay. You're talking. Okay. I was laughing because I thought serial killer. It's not a serial killer out there, but you're talking about Fort Hood. I do notice that Fort Hood, it seems to be these new soldiers on base, 2019, 2018. The more I go back, just even in the past year or past 2 years, it seems to be the 2019, 2018 kind of thing. They've only been a year. So there's that. And there's been like 144,000, 144 in the last 4 years. I believe it's since 2016. It's crazy the amount. And it's not from war. Oh, I saw Jeremy. Don't forget Heidi and Evelyn, please. I won't. Heidi Broussard was my very, very, very first case, and they keep pushing Megan Fieramusca, which is Heidi's best friend. For those of you who don't know, Megan Fieramusca was Heidi's best friend, and Megan faked being pregnant the same time as Heidi. And then Heidi had the baby. Megan pretends to have a baby and then basically kidnaps Heidi and her baby Margot and takes her from and takes her. And then she was found deceased, but Margot, the baby, was still healthy, happy, and she was only a week old. I believe it was a week old by the time they found her, 2 weeks. Ooh, it's been a little bit sketchy now to remember. But basically, she was passing the baby off as her own. So now she got charged, and we're waiting for her to go to court, but it keeps getting pushed off. Beach Lover says, maybe your neighborhoods are celebrating the end of the world. They only have an hour and a half left. Then I'm coming out. Jackie Montoya says, I missed the beginning. Did you hurt your back? No. Somebody was saying to put an ice pack on your back to be cool. And so Mr. Lina got me an ice pack, and so I'm doing that. Kind of works. And so Sherry says, yeah, I stayed up for this. Me too. It's my bedtime right now. So, okay, so let's go back to what I was reading and see if there was any more information. No, that was it. The incident is being investigated by the Bell County Sheriff's Department, who did not immediately respond to a request from the Associated Press seeking comment. Officials have not said whether the death is considered suspicious. Okay, no words need to be said. So that's all that says on this release, but I am going to keep following this because there's, it's just not right. Just like there's always somebody going missing. I don't understand. Oh my gosh, I think I'm missing. Hang on, you guys. I'm missing some of your super chats, so I'm trying. It's going by so fast. The missing mom. Okay, I will. Thank you so much. How do I say her first name? Brasia? I haven't checked her out yet, but I will. Don't you wish the Bell County Sheriff was equal to the Florida Sheriff? Grady Judd, I love this guy. He's so funny. And he's serious at the same time. But what I loved about him is he's like, listen, I'm treating this like these are my brothers. And so I'm not stopping till I find him. Sarah says, put ice pack at top of your spine where your hair hits. Well, it's too hard to do that because it's like a big, I get migraines. So 2 days ago I had a really bad migraine. That's why there was no video. I was staying thing, and I just basically like put it on top of my head and I stay in bed pretty much. Mike says the sky just cracked open above my house and I can see God, and he's holding a huge stack of Chad's books. That's a serious threat. Thank you, Terry H. Thank you, Open Minds. Thank you so much. And Julie. Cool Mom says, congrats on 100K, Linda. Thanks for doing all the research I can find the time to do. You keep me informed, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And Debbie, thank you. Yeah, there we go. Hola from Denver. We are all alive. Party at Linda's. We are alive. We are hot. I do wonder what it was like today with Chad and Lori. Oh, most of you, some of you guys might know this already. Nate Eaton was talking about communications by Chad and by Lori, and they can't communicate with each other. However, Chad Daybell's kids can go visit him. Chad Daybell's kids can go visit Lori. So I wonder how that's going. Jammy party. Angela says, on the Daybell case, I get they might need more time for the murder charges, but why do you think they haven't had more charges with like theft, fraud yet? Have you seen my video I just did on the Secret Society? You gotta see it. I don't know in some of it, but I think a lot of like the murder charges they're waiting for, right? I think they're gathering, but there's some other questions I do have why it's not being looked at and why nothing's happened, but doesn't, I mean, good question. Carolyn says she took a nap to prepare for the next life, starting in an hour and a half, depending, I guess, where you live. Yeah, Mr. Linda, I don't know if he went to bed or not. I don't know. It's 10:38 here. Let's see. Kyle says, I wonder if those soldiers know something they shouldn't. That's a really good point. But there is that common denominator. And the last, how many have been Spanish slash pretty much I mean quite a few, I'm pretty sure, but I mean I don't know about the 144. I'd have to dig through each one of them. I do question on how they're saying now these soldiers have committed suicide on some of them. I question that, obviously, because now it's like, yeah, right. There was, on Friday, Vanessa's family was at Fort Hood, and they did like a little memorial for her. And I read that the family was able to go see the room where Vanessa died. Oh, I think I hear him. Yay, the world did not end. Yeah, it seems like a new body shows up as soon as they find the culprit of the last case. You're absolutely right, Dawn. It does seem like that. It's like the moment they found Gregory Morales. Wait, did they find? Yeah, they found Gregory, and then they found Vanessa, like lickety split right after that. It just seems to be that pattern. I'd like to know some other things, but I do see that they have only been in for about a year, 2 years, very new. Janice says, I've just finished off a whole pack of Nutter Butter wafers and all of you are to blame. Zero updates that I know of on the Evelyn case. They all say Fort Hood is not safe for women, and even ones who live on base and not in military, and things have been going on for years and covered up there. Sadly, that's what I'm understanding and hearing, and it's from women and men. Like both are having some hard times. Obviously, these people are dying and shouldn't be suspicious. Melido says, hello from the other side. Lori and Chad told me many lies, but I'm sorry we aren't there seeing the smirk now. I'd like to see your smirk. Everybody's like, woo, we're in the clear. Joanna Humphrey, I live in Springville, the same town as the Daybells. A best friend of mine is the aunt to Melanie P. She would be a great guest on your channel. Okay. I think that's to somebody else. I'm not sure. Everybody's Mr. Linda. I hope when Lori goes to court and has to look at Rob Wood, all she sees is Charles. That's what I say. That's what I say. Sarah says, this is funny. Where is yours? This is Grandma Lucille. I encourage screen time. What do you think Grandma Lucille's telling Chad today? You're an idiot. Joey's eating beef jerky and peanuts. Linda, so did I hear right that the preliminary hearings will not be streamed? Rob Wood is asking that it won't be. Special Prosecutor Rob Wood asks the court to not allow video coverage of Lori Vallow's preliminary hearing in Fremont County for conspiracy charges. Wood says broadcast live stream makes it more difficult to pick an unbiased jury. Well, it's global, like what, I don't know. Violet Femme says, I eat a box of ginger snaps. Do I see a trend? Maybe I should be having cookies on here. Sure am wondering how Melanie Pulowski is doing today. We all. I lived and worked just outside of Fort Hood, and that isn't the best part of town, not to mention the base. I heard that. I heard it's a lot of crime, I think they said, is very dangerous. I don't know how in the world people are civil with Lori or Chad, and the general papa would give them hell. I think from the sounds of it, Nate Eaton said she's quite secluded. Aussie Heather says, please remember that Chad and Lori were not preaching LDS doctrine. They are way off the main road. Yes, I say this quite a bit on this channel. They are far off. However, I did my Secret Society video. So I believe now that they've formed a secret society, and they're choosing their rules, and they're choosing what they want to do. And pretty much everything that it talks about in this secret society in the Book of Mormon matches what they're doing. But they are so far, like, I think it's just, hey, what do you want to eat for lunch today? Oh, you want a sandwich or you want a salad? And I think it's like, let's make up something different. Let's have a salad sandwich, like, I mean, I think they just make up their own crap as they go along. And it's one of those things where I think Chad's like, ooh, yeah, good one. And Lori's like, yeah, that's how it should be. And it's far off in left field. Did you see you can sign up and schedule a phone call with Lori? I heard that. And also the monster that killed Gannon, heard that too. You put money in for a phone call and they can call you on tablet or Skype. The only problem is there's no way. I know for sure Letitia won't. She wouldn't. I don't think she'd answer me. Lori, I don't know. It depends if she knew me or not. I don't know. How long until Chad is like, the veil was hazy. I thought it said July 22nd, 2020 or 2020, but on second thought, it was probably 7/20/22. Yes. High five. Psh, right there. High five on that one. That's what I think too. It's like, well, you guys, like Lucille told me, she told me that it was going to be today, but I did, numbers can get easily mixed up. And so it wasn't that. It was 2022. So July 20th, 2020, in 2 years. Or maybe he's going to pump it up a little bit, I was supposed to add, so it was going to be actually 2040 to add the 20. Yeah, see, at least I hit 100,000 subs before the end of the world. You know what I need to do? Okay, everybody pay attention to what, at the 48-minute mark, if anybody wants to call Lori, maybe we need to send her a picture. Here's where I get a little bit funny. Nobody take it to heart. Just going to do this for about 10 minutes or so. So if anybody wants to talk to Lori, you just let them know. Who's the 104? Who's leading the 144,000 now? Hillary? There, wait. We're going to snapshot this. Must be getting late. Eric says, I tried to get a GoFundMe page to hire all the prisoner guards to fall dead today to see Lori and Chad's face, but I failed. I tried. Oh. Like a flash mob, only they all pretend to die. Is that what you're saying? Mrs. Linda, the tea bag would talk to you. She's been trying to call Plunder. I'm pretty sure she won't talk to me. I'm pretty sure she won't. Plunder actually wished me a congratulations on my 100,000. She put it on my community tab. I thought that was very nice. Sandra says the secret society was a light bulb moment for me. You know, me too. I've been trying to put this together for how many months, right? I know all of you guys are probably too, because we're scratching our heads going, what the heck? If it's not LDS, what's going on, right? And then when I hit that, I was like, yes, let's see how that fits. Let's see if that fits. And then the more I dug, the more it was fitting, the more it was like, look at this. But there's some concerning things in there as well, right? Tammy says, loved the Secret Society combination video. Thank you. It took some time to dive into, but there was no stopping me. Once I get in there and I really find something and I really dig and really want to bring it out, I was like, yeah, what else is there? And it matches. It just matched and matched and matched. So now, though, I will say I do have some questions about authority figures in certain areas, not all areas. Let's just put it out there, not all areas, but in certain areas, I have some questions. And there's some weird things, I think. Thank you, Fox, for peace. Look how cute the fox is. Ivana, I'm trying to find, there it is. Ivana says, I was raised Mormon, this kind of paranormal thinking, this is not unusual, but acting on it is another level. The church says you can have power. I understand that. And I think sometimes I did get an email too, because I throw a lot of shade at Lori and Chad. After I get to know them and know what they're up to, I start making little digs and slams at them. So some people may be misunderstanding why I'm doing that. I'm not making fun of people who do see things or perhaps have had communication or any of that. I'm not making fun of that. I'm making fun of Chad and his portal and his things because he uses, it's BS for him, I think. He uses that as a manipulation tactic. So for example, he wanted his ex-wife, his late wife, I should say, his first wife, Tammy, he wanted her to stop playing Frontierville on the computer. So he made it up saying that I believe he made it up, saying that Tammy's dead grandmother told her to stop playing a computer game. So that's why I throw shade at them, because I think it's so ridiculous, because they're like, well, how does this fit my narrative? How does this fit my agenda? Okay, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Just Miss Jamie says, get a hold of YouTube. They send a plaque for 100K. Yeah, they told me that they would, within a week, they'll send me something, a little code, a special code, and then I would submit that, and then I would get it. So that's really cool. Wonder if they know their 15 minutes of fame is almost over. I was worried about today in a sense that they had something planned. Like, I was starting to think, okay, wait a minute, maybe they're still planning something because of this date. And so far, I haven't seen anything, but we might still find out. Didn't Lori's sister say she talked to Lori since she has been in jail? I can't remember. You guys help me remember that one. I haven't really followed too much of Summer yet because I've been diving in the rest. Okay, they need to stay on Fort Hood to get to the bottom of what's happening. There are too many deaths. I totally agree. There's way too many. And then just when you think, okay, maybe it'll settle down now that, it's coming out to the open, or coming into the open. Nope, there's more. Oh, Tyson Draper's in the house. Hello, Tyson. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it's cool that you are in the trenches. Actually, I may have something. I may have something for you that may or may not help. And I need to speak in code for a minute. But if you could email me, or if I can email you, if you have your email available, there might be something you could help on, or I could help you on, if that, it has to do with Suzanne Morphew. So maybe we can have a little chit chat about that. Sarah says, Lucille again, video games are the devil's playground. It's funny. Mike says another funny flash mob would have been the prison guards doing the Thriller dance so Laurie could see how actual zombies operate. I agree. Maybe they're still playing it. Maybe they're playing it over and over so she could just hear it. Well, there's your comment there. It's getting hot again. Fox for Peace says, I've been watching I'll Be Gone in the Morning on HBO. Didn't know until I found your channel and saw the show that there were other true crime followers on the internet. I've become addicted to your videos. Oh, thank you. There's a whole bunch of us over here. And thank you all for your super chats. I appreciate it. And I like hanging out with you guys all tonight. I love it, actually. We have fun. And we have 1 hour before the next day. Rexburg, Idaho time. There we go. That's a lot of the words. Spot on is a lot of the words they're saying. Hey, Tyson, we're still here. Been trying to get Linda's attention on the Nick Cordova case. I haven't looked into that, but I will look into that. Hey, Linda, I sent off my first member with money. I came on late. Think you missed it. What I wanted to make sure you got the super chat money and money going from joining your membership. Please let me know. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if that was right before I got on or not, but thank you very much. And if you have any question, you can ask me another question. I would love to see what Laurie and Chad would do if they did manage to bail out. Would they continue their mission or flee again? That depends if they change their date. Maybe now they're going towards the August date because Melanie Gibbs said there was an August original date. I don't think Fame was number 1, maybe 2, but I think they really believe everything. They are TBM, which means true believing Mormon. But they have different beliefs. Maybe they should go do a Walking Dead episode, half at Chad's jail and half at Laurie's jail. That's funny. I've been addicted to true crime for a long time. Started with Forensic Files and my partner asking if I was planning to kill him. It's funny, not funny. Mandy says, just my opinion, but I do believe Julie Rowe is jealous of them. I think she was in love with Chad and Lori snaked her way in. She has the weirdest voicemail I've been working on. It's the weirdest voicemail. Greg says, I wonder if Chad and Lori will be drinking any Kool-Aid tonight. Kool-Aid. Sierra says, Bella, my partner said the same. He says, if I go missing, we'll all know who it was. I get a lot of emails saying, Linda, if ever I go missing, I told my husband to contact you. Oh, thank you, Julie. Yes. Did you hear that Chad was doing this to another woman before also? Yes, I think Chad had a propensity to do that. I think he told a lot of women, he would test it out, right? He would say that, and if women like, ooh, yeah, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And he'd be like, yep, that girl I can manipulate. Just go fishing. Yeah, that's right. Melanie Gibbs said in one of her interviews that Doomsday was July or August, though, right? She said she believed it was August. But from Lori's research, I believe she said it was July. Terry says, if there's money or power involved with Fort Hood, then you won't hear anything from the news, so tune in to Linda. Yeah, there's some weird stuff, and I'm surprised. It's pretty brazen. If something is fishy with the soldier that was just found, that's pretty brazen to do something after when there's supposed to be an investigation going on, right? Chandra says, thanks for being a light in the darkness, Linda. Thank you, Chandra. Survived the night, 7 a.m. in South Africa. Well, according to here, we have 57 minutes before the 23rd. I would like to know. I would like to know what they were saying, what they were doing today, if they just read their Bible extra today, if Chad was reading his own books, like what? Interesting. Sam says, I'm LDS, and your take on the secret combinations was very spot on to how it's spoken about in the Book of Mormon. Great job. Thought you'd maybe like to do a guest lecture for me in Sunday school. No. But once I started diving in, it made more sense. And there's a lot of patterns in there, and there's a lot of connecting the dots. Marcia says, I think Julie Rowe is just trying to make money off this case. I don't know. There's some weird things from her changing a little bit. I still haven't did a deep dive on her. Where did I see that? I see another comment, and I think it's just taking a minute to get in. Trinity says, I left you a comment on secret society. I have a channel too, and doing a deep dive exposing all secret societies dating back to first Egyptians and cult followings. Interesting. I'll have to take a peek. Interesting. Thank you. Naomi says she's officially been a zombie for 4 minutes now. Nicole says, Fort Hood is really corrupt. They knew that their cameras weren't working back when they had the school shooting. Let's talk about this. Okay, this is ridiculous. Let me take a sip and then we'll have a chat. Okay. How could you be Fort Hood and have fake cameras on the base? I was having this conversation with my husband and my oldest son, who's almost 18 years old. And he's very smart. He loves history, military. He loves that stuff. So we were chatting and I said, no, seriously, like, why would you have fake cameras on the base? That's like saying, take the grenade. It looks like one. You can pull the pin like one. You can chuck it, but it's not going to work. Like, you know, oh, those guns you have, you're going to war, no problem. 75, 80% of the guns not working. It's kind of like a placebo. So good luck. I mean, I don't get it. You're supposed to be the army. How do you have fake security cameras on the base? I don't get it. I'd like that question to be answered, actually. What do you guys think? Heidi says, as a mainstream LDS, thank you for being respectful of my religion. Absolutely. Chad and Lori, it's not that religion. I don't know any other way to say it. There's quite a few in here who are of that faith, and many times they're like, Linda, this is not, and when you look at it, it's not. That's why I think from my Secret Society video, it matches so much in it. And I think once ego takes over, aka Chad and Lori, ego's ego, and they just puff their chests up, and it's like, well, what can we make up today? And Chad was reading his book, One Foot in the Grave. Nope, that's not true, actually. Jessica says, oh my God, it's officially the 23rd now, and we've made it safe here in Minnesota, right? MN, Minnesota? Doing good in my states, I think. Chad reading his own books. That's the best thing I've heard all day. I bet he believes his own books. Did you guys see the actual, let me find it. Did you actually see I think I have it still on my phone, possibly. It was of Chad's books, and it was during the lockdown. And if you needed any, TP, then you just stack of Chad's books. I don't even know if I can read this. It's stunning how being a religious prophet, even when you look like Gomer Pyle, turns you into Brad Pitt with the ladies. WTF. Oh. Mike says, as much of an evil, delusional dope as Chad is, part of me respects him. Anytime I told a girl we were married 600 years ago, they just laugh at me. Right? What kind of power does this guy have? I'm sorry, but if I go and meet somebody like Chad Daybell, and he tells me I was married in a previous or multiple probations before, and I take one look at the guy, and I was like, girls, we got to go. They're like, what? Why are we leaving the party? No, we got to go right now. I mean, now. We leave. That guy was such a creep. Like this, that's pretty much how it would go. I'd be like, we got to leave now. Okay, I changed it back, so it's not 144, but for the time being, that snapshot was funny. Lindsay says, if Fort Hood doesn't have any functioning cameras, they are open to a suit from soldiers or civilians. Our army is supposed to be accountable and are charged with the care of their soldiers. Exactly. Well, I don't get it. Carrie says, I don't get it. He's so unattractive, and then he speaks, and it gets so much worse. Brittany says, do people realize that there's so many people leaving comments that it's hard to pick? Just be happy you can chat. That's awesome. Thank you. There's 3,000 people in this room, 3,000. And people do super chat, and those get highlighted. So it's easy to show that. And it's also respectful, and I appreciate them. And I appreciate all of you, but they're wanting their question answered, and it's easier when it's highlighted. And, I'm showing my gratitude as well to their donation. Also, I'm not just choosing people who pay money on here to chat. I just pick and choose different people chatting, and I highlight their comment. Brittany didn't pay for this to be highlighted. So it's not all about that. I mean, it's not that. I mean, I saw some people getting upset in here, and 3,000 people and 3,000 comments. You try it. You try and run it. So that's all I'm gonna have to say. Anyways, moving on. Lori probably pooped in her portal and ruined it for them all. Chad's going to have some crazy explanation as to why his doomsday prediction was off. He totally is. I wonder what he's going to say. It's going to be wild. I think he's going to be like, I think I got the date wrong. I think it's supposed to be, it'll be something ridiculous. Cheryl says, how can it be a secured military base without security features such as cameras? Thank you. Like that just blows my mind. Are you joking? How can you be a military? Like, sorry, the White House and what is it, Air Force One? It's just for show. It's just for show. Hey, this is what I said to my son. Hey, you can have a vehicle. There's just no engine in it. Okay? We just went on and on. He's a smart aleck like me. And we banter back and forth. And it's like, yeah, oh no, you want a car? No problem. You can have a vehicle. There's just no working engine in it. You can sit in it, but it just doesn't work. Ivana says, I want to have an outdoor social distancing end of the world dance party in front of my store, but it was raining in Utah, so I thought maybe this is the end. Sweet baby Joseph Smith. Exactly, those cameras were working. If not, where is the paperwork declaring it's not working and ordering for repairs? They're dummy cameras. My understanding is they're dummy cameras. They're never functional. I don't get it. Julie Rowe predicted the end of the world September 2015. She was way off. I actually read something. when I was doing my research, and it was for the Secret Society video, but I came across something, and there was somebody who was saying, yeah, my dad is in severe debt being a prepper. And he said they were estimating the end was 2013. And this was written like a discussion board way back in 2013, or it was 2012, and then 2013 he wrote it, or something like that. That was really sad. It was really sad because his dad put everything into it. There was your comment. The portal was made in the closet. That's where he would use it. Yep. I love all these funnies. Tracy says, gee, you would make an amazing forensic researcher, Miss Linda. I could see you picking out patterns and profiling. I'm so interested in that. So I profiling Evil, their channel. We were having a chit chat, and he had emailed me and asked if we wanted to collaborate and do something. And I said, yes. Yeah, that'd be great. Carol says military bases cameras are always working. They're just saying they're not working because it obviously shows information they will not release. This is interesting because Natalie Kawam, the lawyer, was saying they're saying it's dummy cameras. I was like, come on. Right? Thank you, Eric. Okay, now I'm seeing this thing. I have to scroll down and then scroll up. It's crazy. There we go. Shan says, OMG, I am a cop. No dumb guy would get past me. Maybe that's why I've been married 3 times, a third a charm. You know what? Honestly, if this guy came up to you and it was like, even if you were married once before in your multiple probation to him, you'd be like, this guy's a creep. What the heck do you want from me? You know, like I would just be like, girls, we gotta go now. Creep at 2 o'clock, you know? Kiana says, appreciate your channel. Please be kind and safe, everyone. Thank you. Christian says, my wife posted the end of the world as we know it song on Facebook to make fun of those 2 dummies. We had Kresha on, and she is Charles Fallow's niece, and she said she would like a list of different songs. RMW says, if you've been here a while, we've met Mr. Linda months ago. He's a nice guy and handsome. He must have went to bed. He's no fun. He should be on here. Chad will probably say he postponed Doomsday because of COVID. 144,000 is too many to congregate, not enough masks. He's going to come up with a good excuse. Should have a jar that goes around and everybody inputs their ideas. Chad can say they didn't eliminate enough zombies to earn the next phase. Tracy says, I wonder if he'll pull that line on one of his cellmates. We were married in another life, bro. And Chad gets beat up. Okay, where are we? Amy says, congrats on 101K. So I wonder if the Rexburg gang are all snuggled up in their bunkers right now making s'mores. Did you say, if you guys were on earlier tonight, they had a pizza shop in Rexburg, and it's called Pizza Pie Cafe, and it says The end is near. Get your pizza today, be it chosen one. That's smart marketing. I hope the inmates harass Lori and Chad all day. Oh, I wish I would see what went on today. You know, I thought, I wonder if she's going to feel like, oh my God, what did I do? But I just don't think she will, unfortunately. I see your comment, Michael. I'm just going to try and find it. Oh, there's two. Eric says JJ's grandpa was crying about the kids when they found them at Chad's. He's talking about mending fences. So whose fence is he mending if they're gone? I remember him saying that. He wasn't there to start anything, so to speak. I'm paraphrasing. He just kind of said, it's not about that today. But I don't know. Good question. Maybe with the other side of the family, not Chad, I'm sure. I don't know. Larry's amazing how he's handling it. He doesn't want any hate. He just doesn't want it. Michael says, for everyone asking why the Army uses dummy cameras, it's because these crimes are a can of worms that the Army doesn't want to open, and they definitely don't want to open it publicly. So the question is, how do they protect their soldiers if they don't have cameras? Like, how do they... Is this on all bases that they're dummy cameras? That's what I'd like to know. Thank you so much, Patricia. Catherine says, I grew up LDS. I'm no longer LDS, but my family is, and their podcasts and where this all leads them is so mind-blowing yet fascinating to me. It is interesting in a lot of sense, isn't it? I mean, in some cases, like, I don't know a whole lot about this religion. I don't. And like I said before, Chad and Lori is in a whole other category. I can see some things being valuable for prepping. Only because look what we went through with COVID and having to, a lot of things not be available, and it makes you start to think. But to the extreme, that's another story too, right? There we go. Greg says, this is the end, Jim Morrison and the Doors. Oh, okay. Kim's It Is What It Is. Miss Linda, have you ever played one of those monthly subscription murder mystery games? I haven't yet. I haven't yet either, but I really want to try one. Has anybody else in here tried it? I really want to try it. I think that would be fun. You know what? Last year, this is a little bit different than murder mystery, but last year, me and Mr. Linda did a gold hunt, and you had to solve riddles and then also go around the city and collect information and clues. It was so fun. I was in my element. I loved it. Mr. Linda was more the brawn. I was more the brains. I would solve, and we'd go to the places, and he knew the city more than I do, like this little intricacies, right? He's a paramedic, so he drives everywhere. So, so fun. And I was like this close to getting the prize, but there was a group of people that got it first. It was so fun though. Thank you, Karen. Ivana says, if the world doesn't end in 45 minutes, do you think Chad is going to snitch on Lori, or is Lori going to squeal on Chad to save her butt? No, I don't think they'll snitch on each other. I think Lori Vallow would like to be called Miss J Bell. I don't think I just don't think. I don't know. I'd be surprised. If anything, if you had to put bets though, I would bet more on Chad flipping than Lori flipping. Maybe. Chad just seems kind of, I don't know. He just seems more of a coward. I don't know. Asher's mommy says, preaching the end of the world by Chris Cornell was my jam today. Everybody has their I'll just leave that up there. um What are some of my favorite crime shows? I am so terrible with some of the titles. We watched The Reckoning, and we watched the whole series on Unsolved Mysteries. And what else did we watch recently? We don't watch a lot of TV. So when we can, we kind of sneak in a show here and there. I'm trying to think of some of the names. There was one, was it The Reckoning? Which one was the one? It was with Aaron Paul in it, and that was really good. The woman, he was on getting murder, or he was charged with murder, but he didn't murder anybody. His dad did. So good. I can't remember the name of it. You guys might remember. And she was a podcaster. And she originally put him in jail, or her podcast led to his arrest or whatever. And then she ends up thinking and finding out, oh my God, I think he's innocent, and then works on him to get out. It was a really good show. I'm terrible with names. See No Evil. You guys are good. Sharon Locke says, if you look back at Fort Hood history, don't remember the year. I am old and it's late. There was a mass shooting made national news. Yes. You guys can tell me the year. I don't remember the year. I don't want to get it wrong. But I understand that as well. Chad is someone's god in there for sure. That's funny. This thing is so weird. You got to scroll up and then scroll down. Mortgage Gal says, but why does our army lie to us about the cameras? They can just say it's private, but feels strange that our US Army will lie. They need a PR team. Smacks my head. That's what I'd like to know is, well, yeah, why lie about it? I don't get it. Michael says, I can't speak for all bases, but Fort Hood and Carson have a lot of dummy cameras. To answer your question, the Army cares more about protecting their image than protecting their soldiers. I guess that's evident, isn't it? Ooh, I played to catch a serial killer. It wasn't based on real killers like Clue in a sub. Okay, this is really cool. I want to try one of these thingies. Aw, thank you, Mr. Linda, for your service as a first responder. Wouldn't it be funny if the judge messed up and called her Mrs. Dumbbell? I'd love to be like, but you're not married. Wow, Michelle actually says, I would bet there's a serious suicide, and I think it would be Chad. Interesting. I just don't see it, but interesting. Chad and Lori, not only a wake of death, they left people who's loved those children, Charles, Tamy, behind, lost in grief. Totally agree. They ruined so many lives, not just the ones that were taken, but also the loved ones who loved the kids and their loved ones, Tamy and Charles. Audrey says, my son was stationed at Fort Hood and he said it was a crap show. He said there were no cameras in the armory and that there is only very limited that have keys to it. I knew that. Chaos, and then that's all I said. That's all I see on there. He said there were no cameras in the armory. That's what I'm hearing. Lori is better off in there. She's nowhere to go out there. She killed them all. Stacy says, I know I used to work on Patrick Air Force Base and we definitely had working cameras. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. If you're having it, Melissa says, Losing My Religion by REM. Yes. Didn't Brandon get shot at in Phoenix? Yes, he did. He got shot at on October 2nd, 2019. In the morning, he was coming back from the gym, and he just had dropped his 2 kids off at school and his other 2 kids off with Melanie Pulowski. And yeah, they will say the end of the world is postponed since they can't lead the 144,000. Yes. My jam was U2's God Part 2. I saw U2 in concert. That was pretty good. That was a long while ago, but that was good. They're really good in concert. And I knew their personal trainer. Oh, cool. Julianne says, my parents went to a murder mystery weekend at a bed and breakfast and they loved it. Everyone who stayed at the B&B for the weekend was involved in the murder mystery. That is so cool. Where was that? Thursday the 23rd here in Australia. Chad, Lori, we're still here reading the future. Carrie Lynn says, I was singing It's the End of the World as We Know It all day. There's so many jabs at those 2 today. And it's bittersweet because at one point you just want to be like, you guys are so stupid. And then in the other hand, you want to, like you obviously think about the kids and Charles and Tamy and how everybody died and for what? Oh. Andy Snapping Crayon says, oh, where did it go? It just disappeared on me. I was just about to read it and it went. I had no idea where it went to. I am so sorry. You can just re-put your question in. Hopefully I have it there. Sharon says, if you look back at Fort... Oh, I read that already. Okay, so I see it's just jumped, I think. Will you make some TikToks? You mean of the funny TikToks or just how people use TikTok for in general? Like, I don't know. I'd have to try it. It looks fun. Oh, there we go. I found it. All bases have some working, some dummy cameras, and everyone's told to be on point. You never know which cams are recording and who might be watching. So how can they say all of theirs aren't working? Then that they're lying, right? They just don't want to show Aaron walking out with a case, with a Pelican case. Have there been any known secret combinations in the past that could be used as research? I'm sure. It just depends on what type you're looking at, because some people are talking about it being more political. Some things are, there's all kinds of different ones. Like, where do you start? I'm over 60 years old and my dad was Air Force. My hometown is not far from Fort Hood. They have had soldiers missing from there and found murder around there since I was 12 years. There's something going on there. And I want to know why they're picking on the new guys. I guess maybe because they don't know the rules or what's going on, because it just seems like, they had just got to the base or they're been there for a year. Pam says, in my opinion, Chad will commit suicide if he's sentenced for life. He's weak and would cry if inmates made him their Betty. I don't know down the road, but right now I feel like he wouldn't. Aw, that's nice. Thank you. I'm wearing a tank top though for sure because it is so freaking hot in here. But the ice pack does work like a hot darn. I have an ice pack just to keep cool. And I got this little necklace from Mr. Linda. Has a little key on it for hitting the 100,000. And he surprised me with it. He's like, I'll be right back. And he comes back with a little box. And I was like, what did you do? He's like, this is for your 100,000 mark. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even, how? I had no idea. It's like, there you go. Okay, Fort Hood shootings, 2009 and another 2014. That was it, 2014, I think was the last one. They closed us all down. I heard that. God forgive me, but every single time I lay eyes on Chad, he reminds me of the Steve Griffith dude on Family Guy. Like every single time, it cracks me up. Oh, there's been a lot of people saying that. Left Undone's in the house. Hello. Hey, Linda, congratulations on your 100K. You have a wonderful channel. Also, great show on Apple TV is Truth Be Told. So good. Sounds like what you just described. Welcome to being part of the 144K. Cool. Thank you. I'm going to check that out. Truth Be Told. I should write that down, but hopefully I'll remember. Truth Be Told. Which one's that one? Do you think Zulema had possibly been driving the Jeep for Alex while Alex shot at Brandon? She lives in Phoenix area and kind of adds up the more I think about it. Then they get married soon after. Good question. I do not know much about Zulema's timeline. It's possible. I do know that Chad and Lori, it's not possible for them to have been in Rexburg. I've already determined that. It's not possible, but it's possible for Melanie Pulaski because she was in there. She was in Arizona. She met that morning. And Alex was there too. So that's what the private investigator said. So I don't know, maybe Zulema could have. I'm not sure. Okay, you guys are talking about you too. Now it's jumping again here. What do we have? We have 20 minutes before the next day. 20 minutes. That was funny. I just read something about Chad and then it jumped. Okay. I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's clear that many of you are civilians who don't have knowledge of how the Army functions. You're right. Please try to remember that some things may seem questionable. And then that was it. Yeah, we don't know. So there's obviously questions, right? How does it work? Why isn't it like that? Why is it like that? Why is certain things secret? Why is this hidden? Why aren't they protecting their soldiers? Why, right? There's lots of questions. I don't pretend to know. I say, like, I don't, not part of the Army, I have no idea. The only part of the Army I know is my ancestors. Keep your chin up. Oh, never mind. Oh, you guys. Happy end of the world, Linda. You look beautiful tonight. Thank you. Congratulations on 100K. Your hard work makes you show my addiction. Hugs to Mr. Linda. Thank you. Oh. Oh, he's asking me a Canadian question. We got to answer this. Do I love Tim Hortons? No, but I don't drink a lot of coffee. However, my husband got me a little bit hooked on it for a bit, but I shouldn't be drinking coffee. I tried Tim Hortons coffee. It's okay, but I'm not a Tim Hortons go there every single day, whereas a lot of Canadians are like, that's their jam. But I'm allergic to a lot of things there. And I remember in my 20s, I really loved ice caps. A lot of people don't know what an ice cap is, which is crazy. An iced cappuccino drink, it's like a frozen coffee slushy. I didn't know other people didn't know that. Yeah, there we go. Tanya says she's Canadian and I don't love Tim Hortons. It's just okay. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, maybe a tea. I don't know. Can you do a deep dive on Lori's last podcast, please? She makes some very telling comments about getting rid of things in her life to seek happiness. It was recorded around 7th of September. I will look that up. That's interesting. Thank you. Yes. I think that's the one I heard a couple things in there. Oh my gosh, recap. So we were just hanging out. We're talking about Lori. I'm answering questions. We have about 16 minutes before it's the 23rd of July in Mountain Standard Time, which is also Rexburg, Idaho. Sounds like so far, nothing major has happened. It was a clear day in Rexburg, Idaho with 0 precipitation. And yeah. It was a little cloudy but sunny, and nothing really happened in Rexburg. Lori and Chad are still sitting in jail, and I wish we would have known like what they were doing today, how they felt about today, but we're not going to know, I don't think. Oh, Tori says we call them blended mochas. Okay. I wonder if they still call that here too. There's all kinds of names. It's like at Starbucks, there's 7,000 billion names. I sound like a forecaster. Today in Rexburg, Idaho, it's 0% precipitation. We got sunny skies with a little bit of cloud. We got a few crazies in jail today. Looks like their forecast is pretty grim. I think Lori will still believe Chad's end of the world predictions for a few more weeks. Then she will flip and start talking to police. Could be. Maybe she's like, ooh, maybe it was in August. Maybe it was August. Oh, right. And Linda's neighbors were being so loud she had to close the window. She's hot, so she had to put an ice pack on her back. There, see, now you're caught up. If you want to do a deep look inside these Mormon fringe groups like Chad and Lori, there's a podcast called Year of Polygamy. They have done deep dives on these groups, and she interviewed Julie Rowe. Interesting. The portal potty malfunctioned. 100% chance of continued jail time. There you go. Just learned what poutine is in the last year or so. So weird and delicious. Fries, cheese curds, gravy on top. Total Mr. Linda's weakness is that. I look at it and go, no. But he loves it. Oh, can you imagine if they somehow pulled together an epic break out of jail? That'd be something. Yes, it would. It'd be like, we heard Letitia tried to get a broomstick. It might not work, but, Lucille told me to go get a broomstick. And let's measure ourselves and try and leave. Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Can you please find the podcast Lori, Mel, and Mel's boyfriend made just before they killed JJ? Yeah, I'm trying to find that out. They probably had to delete it because there's going to be so much stuff on there. Oh, yeah, and Linda was leading the 144 because I temporarily switched that to 144 just in case Lori saw it at the 48-minute mark. Okay, we have 12 minutes. 12 minutes to go. I don't like gravy and I'm Canadian. Just fries and ketchup for me. Isn't Letitia's next court date in August, like the 8th or something? No, Letitia is, I have to double check. I thought you meant Lori. No, she's going to get reevaluated. I don't know the next upcoming date actually for Letitia. I do believe they will make a suicide pact. Why stick around? They have other planets to visit and boink. Really? You think so too? I think there's mixed opinions. Some say that they will, some say they won't. I don't know why they stick around. I feel like I feel like they still have work to do. They still have something else to do. Why lead up to something like, I don't think it's done yet, but maybe they will. Who do you think cries more in jail, Chad or Lori? Chad. And Lucille is going to wallop Chad upside the head with a broomstick. That broomstick might just do it. There you go. I think think it's more likely Chad will get off in jail, probably preaching to his cellmates. I'm surprised. I think from what Nate Eaton was saying that he said Lori is quite secluded or something like that. Something to that effect. No, Lori and Chad are not allowed to talk to each other. However, Nate Eaton said Chad's allowed to have his children there, and those children can go visit Chad or Lori. So I guess they could be passing messages. I don't know. Oh. Where is that? Christina says, Plunder posted a video a few hours ago with the podcast with JJ in the background. I didn't finish it, but just FYI. Okay, thank you so much. I'll go check that out. I'd like to know the time on that. I've been loosely following Julie Rowe phenomenon for about 5 years. They're completely bonkers. She has a podcast. Listen to her sometime for a look inside the mind of these types of people. I've seen some of her videos. Chad cries, Lori smirks. Where are we at? 8 minutes. 8 minutes left, and we can just do the woohoo. Is it true Zulema has been married 7 times? 6 times is my understanding. Marie says, I think Emma Daybell knows more than she's saying. I think maybe 2. 6 marriages, what the actual heck? Yeah, Alex was the 6th. Darzan says, loved your secret society. Keep up the good work and digging. Happy 101K. Thank you so much. And thank you for being part of this community. And yeah, I appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you guys. That secret society was, whew, that one was like, okay, I need a break for that from that one. That was digging. I'm sure there's going to be more now that I'm going to dig into Charles. I have so many videos to do and not enough time. When Letitia went to South Carolina, who did she travel with? Do you think her family was involved in any way? My understanding is Letitia took a moving truck to South Carolina. The reporter, Spencer Wilson, said that there was a few people in the truck with her. Now, I don't know who actually went to South Carolina with her, but I have a feeling that she drove part way, like, and then there's a split off to go to South Carolina or Florida, and I think she split off. And it was like, you know, my gut says, okay, yeah, you guys go ahead. I'll be there in a bit. Linda, you need to grab a boombox and blast Europe's The Final Countdown. Do-do-do-do. Now we're gonna be like 10 seconds until midnight. Oh, it's Zav Girl that posted a video with that podcast that had JJ in the background. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Look at that. We're at 5 minutes to go. Valerie says, as a Latter-day Saint, I can't thank you for the way you handled your recent video on the secret combination. It was so thorough and right on point. Thank you very, very much. I know it's difficult. It's taken me so long to really dive in. And when you first dive into a religion you don't know about, it's it takes a lot of time, but I was head scratching because I knew it wasn't that religion. I knew there was something to it. And as soon as I hit it, I was like, that's it. And then I gathered all the info and lined it up. I was like, yes, this is it. And there's that video. So thank you for that. And I'm glad it came out the way it needed to come out. I'm surprised that there wasn't more differing opinions, because when I come out with a video kind of like that, it could be controversial, even though it wasn't meant to be. But sometimes it comes out and they're like, I get crazy messages that are not nice, but I didn't on this one at all. In fact, people are like, when are you going to the authorities with this? You need to send it to them. But I question that too, because who do you send it to? And who do you trust to send any of this to? Maybe they're watching it. I don't know. But maybe that's where I talk to Profiling Evil about it. And we can have a conversation. Aw, my daughter's having my grandbaby girl right now. Aw, congratulations, Grandpa. That's awesome. Asher's mommy says your channel is inspiring to make one was up as well. Go for it. Just choose something that you absolutely love and is passionate about, and you could talk all day about it. Otherwise, it's not gonna be fun. Amber says, can you do a deep dive about the Epstein judge whose husband and son was killed? I caught the headlines of that. I have to look more into that. I just caught the headlines. I'm like, what is going on? Because I think the report I was reading, it was just hard to read. Hard to follow. Tess says, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. I feel good. James Brown. I want to add that. Is this like New Year's? Kind of. It's a new, kind of. If you think about it, it's a new year for Lori and Chad. It's a new day. It might as well be a new year, right? It's okay and normal for civilians to not understand army processes. I'm just kindly pointing out that just because something seems questionable to you doesn't mean it actually is. Very true. And there may be a good explanation. So true. I just curious and want to know. Totally agree. But in my opinion, I find it really odd. There we go. We're going to party like it's 1999. Little Prince in the mix. How did Chad get his children to believe everything he said? That's so crazy. I can't convince my kids of things as simple. They question me all the time, and I'm smart and right. I don't know. I guess when you grow up in that, and I don't know. Everybody's different. Just checked that Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell are possessed and going to hell, but there's no new post for the end of the world. Yeah, so far, we got 1 minute. Oh my God, we have less than 1 minute. And Mimi's, the lights in my house just flickered. Is this the beginning of the end? Okay, we're going on Mountain Standard Time, which is now, right? And we are so close. And I have not seen anything terrible today. So this puts all their beliefs in question when you think about it. Lori and Chad are now having to question their beliefs, and why didn't they get it right? You'd think, maybe. Let's see. There we go. It's midnight. I'm sorry we didn't do the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did that fast, and it's now July 23rd in Rexburg, Idaho, and here, and we are safe. And we made it, and Lori and Chad seriously need to look at their own selves, and they need to check themselves because they wrecked themselves. And all their planning for this day and all the killing was for what? They were wrong. And I hope they eat a giant thing of humble pie in the morning. But I just feel like they're just going to make something else up in their head to match what they feel. Well, there you go. Woohoo! We survived doomsday. And so we all made it. And some people still have an hour to go if they're in California, but it's Rexburg time. It's Rexburg time. That's where they were supposed to lead the people. And it's 12:02 now, and everybody is safe. Let's see if anybody has posted, aka Nate Eaton of East Idaho News, and see if he did anything. Because that's important. Nate Eaton. I can't type tonight, clearly. Okay. Anything? No. Weird. I thought he would actually have something on there. Look at that. Yeah, God is on Rexburg time, obviously. See, so now Cindy says, I've survived 1999, 2000, and this, right? This is in the books. This is going down in the books. That was so anticlimactic. I know. Man, I missed the countdown. How did I miss that? Hello? Probably because it's midnight and it's an hour and a half after my bedtime. But we can just have our moment and know that everything is fine today. And it's a new day. And Lori and Chad, I don't know, do you think they stayed up? Do you think they stayed up till now? Do you think they're still up right now? They will say they didn't finish their job because they were locked up, so they were granted more time. Yeah, right? Like something, whatever they can do. Somebody wants, God is on Rexburg time would make a great shirt. That would. All right, you guys. I have more videos to make tomorrow. And I got to get up really, really, really early and then dive in more videos. If you haven't seen my video tonight that I made on the 3 fishing buddies and you want something to watch until my next video, definitely go check it out. It's very interesting. And yeah, I think you'd like it. Heather wants an I Survived Doomsday mug. That's good. All right. Yeah, I heard that, Tanya. Alberta's numbers are getting high. I did hear that. And my hubby is a paramedic, and he's been off. He's actually been on light duty because he was in an accident in January, and now he's going to be going back soon. And I just really not keen about this at all. Shan says we survived. Now thunder rolls between Lori and Chad. Thunder rolls. Garth Brooks. I gotta write these down and send them to Kresha. So thank you so much. Yeah, go check out my video if you guys want something else to watch while you're lying in bed or starting your day if you're all around across the other side of the world. And thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and ushering in the 23rd of July, and we're all safe. So I will do another video. I will see you on there. Thank you so much for the mods. Thank you so much for super chats. Thank you so much for the chatting. And I super appreciate you. We have 100,000 strong of our family and only growing. Actually, 101,000 from my understanding now. So I got to change my sign. So thank you so much and love you guys all. Have a great, great night and a good sleep and do something nice for yourself. Good night.